Hi everyone, welcome back. I am surrounded literally by the most crazy amount of puppy toys. The house is kind of in disarray because we're fully just puppy training right now. I haven't edited the surprise puppy video, but that's gonna be a really fun one coming up because, surprise, we have another dog. And I got him for Ben as a Christmas present this year. And then I filmed like a whole video the day that I picked him up and like talking about the surprise and all that. So right now we're deep in puppy training. But that's not why we're here. That's gonna be a separate video. So today I wanted to do an updated jewelry collection. I feel like the last time I did like a full jewelry collection was back in March, I wanna say. And hold on, gotta let Bean in. And we had moved back from San Francisco. We were living with Ben's parents and I didn't even really have my full collection. And then I bought a lot of pieces like kind of since then. It's been almost a year and my collection has changed a lot. So I figured it would just make sense to do the whole collection instead of another update to kind of an outdated video. Bean says hi. So yeah, I'm only wearing a couple pieces right now, and in all honesty, it's because my nails are getting too long for me to take on and off my jewelry. So I've just kept them on and I can't. Everything else I have here with me. I figured I'd also talk a little bit about storage. And yeah, let's just get started. Storage wise, this is from Amazon. It's kind of like not a knockoff, but I want to say it's like a cheaper version of kind of like nicer storage cubes that you can get at like Missouri and, you know, Crate and Barrel and stuff. And it's just from Amazon and it comes in like stacks. I got the 3 stack. I only put jewelry in the top stack. The bottom 2, I just keep like hair ties, barrettes, like clips, just like random things, which is kind of nice because it all, for me at least, fits in this one stack. And let me show you. It kind of looks like this. So you just pull open the top. This is like glass, pull that open, and then you have all of your jewelry. And you can kind of organize it by rings. You can there are these little cubes for like earrings or chains, and then these bigger ones for bracelets or extra rings. So I don't know. I love it. I'll link it down below for you guys because I feel like it's very affordable and it's lasted. I've had it for over a year now, maybe like 2 years, and I love it. So let's begin with necklaces since I'm already kind of wearing some. You'll see some tried and true pieces that I've had on for a while, but then you'll see also changes. So the last time I filmed a collection, I showed you guys this evil eye necklace that I got in Greece on my honeymoon, but I've changed it. So I added this little baby lock. This one's from Etsy. The real baby lock brand, I think, is Marla Aaron. She's the one that like started baby locks, but hers are very expensive and I just didn't want to spend that much money. So this is pure gold, it's solid gold, but I want to say it's like 10 karat. And then these are rubies, and you can basically use it as like a charm holder. You can like attach charms to it, or you can just use it like as the main charm. That's kind of how I'm wearing it right now. And I love it. It's so fun. I wear it pretty much every day. And then below that is kind of like a mismatch of a couple things. So this is a Figaro chain. It's sort of like long, short, 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 long, short, short, short. And then I attached to it a little rope chain extender because I think this was like an 18-inch and that's the same length as this. So they were too similar in size. So to make it a little bit longer, I just attached a 2-inch rope chain extender. And then here's a little bee charm. I wear this all the time with it. It just has little diamonds in it, solid gold. All of this is from Etsy. So the rope chain extender, the Figaro chain, and the little bee charm are all from Etsy. And they're all solid gold. I want to say the chain and the extender are 10 karat, and then this little guy is 14 karat. And then this little pin I'm obsessed with. I just got it at a boutique. I think this is the one thing in this collection that's not solid gold. I want to say it's gold vermeil. And then just like cubic zirconia stones. But I love it because I thread it through one of the chains and it kind of hangs like off center. So I have the bee sort of like centered on the chain and then this on the side. And I love the look of like mixing chains. So that's why I have kind of like the rope chain and then the Figaro chain. Like I just like, I don't know, I've been seeing all this cool stuff about like watch chains and how you can string them together and make a necklace that's like 4 different textures in one necklace. And I think it's so cool because you can always just like rotate it around for a different look, which I love. So these are the 2 that I've been wearing like every single day. And then I don't really have any other charms, but I do want to like add more charms to this stack too one day. This next necklace I got, it's antique, and I can't remember if I've showed this one already, but it's a braided, I definitely have. It's a braided chain. Eventually it just turns into a regular chain, but like the center bit is braided, and it's so pretty. It's about, I want to say like 14 inches. It's one of my shorter chains. So it kind of sits like right here when I wear it. And this stack is also like a daily stack for me. I'll wear the braided chain, the evil eye with the lock, and then the longer chain with like these 2 charms on it. And I feel like that's kind of been a go-to stack for me. This one I don't have on right now because it's just really hard to get it on with my freaking fake nails. What can I say? So those are like my daily necklaces, I would say. And then I have some other ones that I wear that are a little bit daintier. So I don't tend to wear them in this stack because they get lost. This one's from Stone & Strand. It was a Christmas gift from Ben. And it's just a little dotted like line of diamonds on a 14 karat gold chain. Super minimal. I wore this on my wedding day. Like, I just think it's really simple and elegant, but it's very, very dainty. Like you can barely sort of see it on, which I love. It just kind of glimmers. So I wear that one sometimes. And then another one that I wear sometimes is this little dainty bee. I have a lot of bee things, you'll notice, for Ben. And this one's sort of one of those like off-center bee necklaces. So the bee kind of hangs off-center like that. It's super minimal. I haven't been wearing it as often just because I feel like it gets lost with everything else going on. But I do love it a lot. I think it's really pretty. Sometimes I'll wear that with the little dot chain together, and that's super pretty. Are you trying to teach him the stairs?
Yeah, he's up a couple steps. Oh, yes. Oh, we hit a new record. He's on the 3rd.
He's on the 3rd step. He's on.
He's going.
Go, Noodle, go.
Well, come witness this.
Okay, we gotta witness Noodle get up the stairs. Noodle. Good boy, Noodle. Good boy. Oh my gosh, Noodle. Come on.
His first flight.
You got it, Noodle. You're doing great, Noodle. Yes.
Come on.
Come on, buddy.
Let's go. Let's go.
You can do it, babe.
Oh, you're almost there.
Come here, baby. You can do it.
Come on, Noodle. Let's go.
Let's go, Noodle. Let's go, Noodle. Yes, Noodle. You got it. Yay. Oh, good boy, Noodle. Back to regularly scheduled programming. So next up is this little blue lapis. I've had this for years. I think I got this when I was like 15 or 16. It's from Tiffany, and it's just like a solid gold chain with a little blue lapis stone on it. I very rarely wear it anymore just because it's like very blue, and hi. And I just don't always, I don't know. I feel like I should start wearing it again, honestly. It's really pretty. It has little like flecks of gold in it because it's lapis, and it's super pretty. So I should start wearing it again. But yeah, I haven't worn it in a really long time. It's like the exact same length as the little bee chain and the Stone & Strand like diamond chain. All of them are, I want to say, like 16 inches. So I can never really wear them all at the same time because they just like tangle together and they look like one blob, but that's okay. Those are like kind of my like daintier chains. And then this last one is just a plain solid rope chain. And this one's from Etsy. I get most of my chains from Etsy because they're like significantly cheaper. But this one's just like a plain solid rope chain. Nothing too crazy. I kind of just use it to like layer with other chains. We'll do bracelets. I'm only wearing one right now. This is the one that I wear all the time. And it's just a serpentine chain. So it's like, let me show you on this half of my arm because it's a little bit easier to focus. It's just a solid gold serpentine chain. I got this from like a random boutique, but Missouri has something really similar. So I'll link the Missouri one down below because it's basically the same thing. And I wear this like every single day. I just love how glittery it is. It's like simple, you can barely see it. It just kind of shimmers. I love that. All of my chains are very thin, or my bracelets are very thin chains. And one day I would love to get some like chunkier chains, but honestly, like solid gold chains are very expensive. Oh my God. Hold on, I have the best distraction in my lap. Hi, Noodle. Solid, like chunky solid chains are like really expensive, so I just feel like I'm not quite ready for that. But this next one that I have is really pretty. It's super minimal, super simple, and it's just a little pyramid. And this was, I've showed this in a past video, but this was a gift from an old boss of mine, and she just sort of said that it symbolizes strength, and she was just like a very big like women supporting women type of boss. So this was just meant to be like a we've got each other kind of gift, which was really sweet of her. Then I have this little one that I love. This is from Gorjana's fine jewelry collection, and I honestly love, and this one's just a solid gold bracelet with like little dot pearls on it. It's super pretty, very dainty. I could see this being like really pretty for a wedding too, honestly. So sometimes I stack that with this one and wear both. I love that together. Next up on the tiny gold jewelry chain train is this paperclip chain. This is a gift from my in-laws. I love paperclip chains. I think they're so pretty. They're like so modern and like kind of, I don't know, they're just like a simple chain, but there's so much more going on with them. So sometimes I wear them stacked. So this next one is a very different style of bracelet for me, but I love it. This was a gift from my mom. It was originally a gift from my dad to my mom, and then it was a gift from my mom to me when we got engaged, when Ben and I got engaged. And it's just a bangle, but there's a champagne, like rough cut diamond at the center of the bangle that I love. And it's like a very thick gold bezel around the diamond. I typically wear that one on the other wrist and like push it far up the wrist when I'm wearing like a tank top or something. And this is more of like one of my nicer pieces, so I don't wear it day to day really. And then this last bracelet is one that Ben got me when we first started dating. It's actually a really cool pattern and design, but you can see it's sort of like these like little knots of gold chain. It's super cool, I love it. It's very delicate, so I don't wear it that often because I found that it like catches on clothing and like tugs and pulls apart. So I don't wear it that often, but I love the clasp on it. Like the clasp is super cool. It's this like bolo clasp, which I think is great. So I love that one. I tend to wear that one on a separate wrist because it's like a little bit larger and chunkier, but I do love it so much, super pretty. And I think that's it for bracelets, which leaves rings. And you guys all know that at the end of the day, I'm a ring girl. I am definitely dabbling more into necklaces, but rings for me will always have my heart. Earrings, I literally don't have any. Hi. I don't have any like solid gold earrings. I had a pair, I think I showed them in another video, but I like lost one. It was a really big bummer, so now I only have one. But yeah, I just kind of, I need to dabble into earrings more. It's just like, I don't know if other people that are into jewelry have the same thing, but it's like you kind of always gravitate toward one type, for me at least, so it's rings. I'll kind of start with my like everyday stack, and then I'll build from there. I'm fully in the nude, so we can begin. Let's see. Everyday stack. Let's do pinkies first. First up on the pinky train is this Missouri, I think this is called the Bold Stacker ring. Something like that. I'll link it down below. But I get it in like the smallest size so that it can go on my pinky. And then I stack it with just this plain catbird, like gold stacking band. You can barely see it next to the thicker one. And then on top, I put this other catbird stacker that's called the painter ring. And I love the painter ring because it's like knobby. Like you can see there's sort of like these knobs on it. It's very textured. So all three of those together are like my daily pinky stack. And I always wear those on my left hand. Also, fun fact, all of my fingers are a half size different. So my left pinky is a 3.5, my right pinky is a 4. My left ring finger is a 5.5. My right ring finger is a 6. So it's very hard for me to wear rings on both hands because there's always a half size difference. So if I wear it on my right hand, it's just gonna be a little small. And if I wear it on my left hand, it's gonna be a little bit big. So I kind of have to buy like rings for each hand specifically, which is inconvenient. I wish I could just swap around. So that's my pinky stack. And then this next one is my newest purchase, and I'm so obsessed with this. This was an antique find. I found it, I can link her Instagram. I've been following a lot of really good like jewelry collectors on Instagram, and they basically like source antique pieces and then sell them through their Instagram, and this was one of them. and it's phenomenal. It's basically a very solid gold band with pave diamonds. The pave diamonds only go halfway around, but they end in this like very cool like V shape on the side. And then the shape of the ring itself is like a square with a circle in the middle for your finger to go through. So I'm obsessed with this. I found it, it was like my perfect size, so I just immediately bought it and am so in love with it. And I've added it to my wedding stack because my wedding stack is like very predominantly gold and not a lot of sparkle, and I wanted a little bit more sparkle. So I do that, and then I do my main wedding band, which I think I've shown you guys before. It's basically just a solid gold band with little diamonds dotted around. So that one goes on top. And then I do engagement. Engagement, we all know, very minimal solitaire style ring, solid gold, yellow gold, and then an oval cut diamond. That's engagement. So that goes on top. And then that's typically the stack that I wear on my ring finger now. Sometimes I add my second wedding band, and my second wedding band is this kind of like cool, like wavy band. You can see it has like a little bit of a wave to it. Sometimes it's kind of a lot to have all four, so I don't always do all four, but sometimes I do. And I have a very thick stack going on that finger. And that's typically all I've been wearing on my left hand. Nothing on pointer, nothing on middle finger, and nothing on thumb. Just the very chunky situation on my ring finger and pinky, which I love. I feel like I'm leaning more toward like very chunky jewelry and away from like very dainty jewelry recently. So then on my right hand, this is my very much chunky hand, and I don't like wearing rings on the same fingers on both hands that often. Like I like both hands to look very different. So I'll do pointer. This is just the simple dome ring from a jury. It's a classic. I feel like it's such a staple piece, and I love it on my pointer finger. I often just wear this alone on my pointer. I feel like it I don't know, it's so basic, I love it. Next to it on the ring finger, I wear the croissant dome, also from Missouri. So we have two domes, regular and croissant. And then I stack this amazing piece that I got also vintage. If you live in New York City, I think it's called Showcase or Showplace, and it's like in Midtown, really close to Grand Central, and it's like 4 floors of just like antique sellers, and they sell everything, like furniture, glassware, like homeware, jewelry, cufflinks, like everything you could ever, and it's all of these different vendors in this one place. So I popped in there on my way back home one day and got an antique belt buckle ring, which I have wanted a belt buckle ring for so long. They don't make them that often anymore, and they have a lot of significance. They were very like big, I want to say in like the early to mid 1900s. Not 100% sure on that, but I think that's when this one was made. And this is 14 karat gold with pave diamonds on it. And I basically just wear it on top of the croissant. And it kind of is cool because it matches the vibe of this finger now. So the two of them together, I feel like look kind of cool on different hands. These diamonds are like a lot smaller and more sparkly, and these are a lot chunkier. And then this kind of has like the bezel edge and this doesn't. But I think they like look really cool all together. That has been like the daily stack. Now let me show you the add-ons. I've shown this one before. This one matches this bracelet, and it's like a bezel cut champagne diamond, like eternity band. So the champagne diamonds go all the way around, and they have a very sort of like flat gold finish, which I love. I think it's super different. So sometimes I'll stack it like this. Sometimes it's kind of a lot to stack all that together. I don't always do that. Sometimes I'll sub it out for the dome ring and I'll wear it instead. Just kind of depends. Another dome that I love adding to the stack is one from my great grandma. And it's this like very classic solid gold yellow dome ring, or solid yellow gold dome ring. But it's a different sort of width than this one. It's like a lot like taller, which I like. And all together, I feel like sometimes I'll take off the belt buckle ring and kind of just do 3 solid gold together like that. Just kind of depends. But this one also just like has so much meaning to me that I just love wearing it. Similar vein, this was my grandmother's ring from my grandpa. It's also kind of like a channel cut diamond band, and then it's actually mixed metal. So it's silver, or not silver, it's white gold and yellow gold, and then diamonds, which I love. It's kind of like a very simple band. I like wearing it on the middle finger. I feel like it just kind of like is dainty after such like a thick stack going on these two fingers. To have something like dainty and simple on that middle finger is kind of nice. I feel like I've showed you guys these ones too. These are both yellow gold. This little baby guy is from Local Eclectic, and it's literally just the world's thinnest gold band. You can't even really see the diamonds because it's so thin, but it has dot diamonds on it, really tiny and thin. That one also fits my middle finger. It's super dainty, which I like, especially when you have such a thick stack going on. And sometimes I add this one, which is similar, also gold, has kind of like a crescent shape to it, and a couple little satellite diamonds speckled throughout. And then this piece I love so much. This one's from Lisa Goslin. I've showed this in a past video. This is a great way to get like the look of a very blingy ring for a very affordable price. And it's basically just cubic zirconia. It's solid gold, it's 10 karat gold, but then it's cubic zirconia, and it's like circle, like round cut, emerald cut, round cut, emerald cut, or baguette cut, I think. Yeah, baguette cut. And then round cut. And it just looks so freaking sparkly and blingy, and it's so much less expensive than buying like diamonds this large, obviously. And then I have the Missouri chain ring, which I love. This is the thinner chain ring. They have two sizes, thick and thin, and this is the thinner one, which I like because I just find it to be a little bit more comfortable when I wear it like day to day. Just like very simple, dainty on this pointer, which I like too. This is getting to the point of like the rings that I really don't wear that often anymore, but I like obviously keeping them in my collection. And like, this is why I feel like it's so cool to like invest in solid gold if you're able to. And if you can like kind of find like 10 karat gold or shop on Etsy or like go with the antique stuff, like you're gonna save a lot of money doing that versus buying like brand new 14 karat solid gold from like a high-end jewelry designer. And it's great because it's like pieces that are in my collection that I haven't worn for a year or two. They're not tarnishing. They're not like, they still look brand new when I go to wear them a year or two later. And they're still gonna look brand new if I go to wear them 10 years from now, which I love. So this other one is another dome ring. I wear it on my dome ring hand, where I wear all my dome rings. And it's basically solid gold with these 3 starburst diamonds. I feel like the starburst diamond rings are also kind of retro, and I love that they're coming back. So sometimes I stack those 2 gold bands to make sort of like a thicker dome stack on my pointer. And then this little guy is from San Francisco. My mom got him for me while we were out shopping. It's just a thin gold band with a rough cut salt and pepper diamond in the middle. Super dainty, just fits on this finger. I love it, so dainty and so simple. Last but not least is another vintage find, and it's this pinky ring. It has the 2 hearts. I've shown this in another video. I got this in Cape Cod right after Ben and I got married over the summer, and I kind of think it's like him and I in a little ring. And I met the shop owner and they were really sweet, and that's just something else that I love about like buying antique jewelry, is that like you often form a connection with the jeweler who's selling it to you, whether it's through Instagram or like a local jeweler, and they're just like such great people, and it's cool to actually have like a one-on-one experience with them. And yeah, I don't know, it feels like more special. Plus I think there's something cool about like wearing a piece like this that I don't know who originally owned this, who was the one that bought it, or what their story was, but like there was a story to this ring, and I think that's so cool. And now I get to have it and like add to the story of that piece of jewelry. So yeah, that's it. I feel like now I'm pretty much kitted up with my daily stack. I've got all my gold on, Noodles playing in the background. Apologies for all the puppy sounds that you probably heard during this video. But thank you guys for watching. You guys know I'm just like so obsessed with jewelry. I feel like I usually have a disclaimer about the fact that most of my stuff is solid gold, like why I prefer to shop that way. At this point, I feel like I just sound like a broken record when I say that, so I've stopped saying it because I feel like everybody knows that that's my shtick. But yeah, I do really just love jewelry so much, and anytime I get to share my collection, I'm just like so excited about it, and I'm excited to just keep growing it and like seeing what other cool pieces are out there, especially as I play around with the antique vintage jewelry space. That's really fun. So thank you guys for watching. As always, leave comments, leave questions, happy to answer them, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.